ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಧನಂಜಯ ಪದ್ಮನಾಭಾಚಾರ್. I heartily welcome to all the viewers on Facebook Live for a program called Mane Dhoka, Home Dhoka. What is this all about, Home Dhoka or Mane Dhoka? ಏನಪ್ಪ ಇದು? ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ರಾತ್ರಿ 9 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ಬರೋ ರೀತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೆ ಧೋಕಾ ಅಂತ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ, ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಿರುವಂತಹ ಮನೆ ಧೋಕಾ, a cheating that is happening to all the home buyers in Karnataka state. We are trying to put across in the social media how the cheating is happening to home buyers who are the honest taxpayers of this country, who pays 30%, 20%, 10% taxes to the government, direct taxes, indirect CST, GST, petrol tax, surcharges, education cess, road tax, luxury tax, all these kinds of taxes honestly, and then whatever is the remaining money, remaining amount, the savings, out of that home buyers have a dream to own their own house, because nobody wants to live in a rented house for the lifetime. They want to own a house in Bangalore, which is one of the IT capital city, or throughout Karnataka. They want to own a house, but is the system is allowing them to own a house as empowered, as dreamed by the respective home buyers? This is a reality check. This is a Satyanveshana Kendra, Mane Dhoka in Karnataka. And who is responsible for this Mane Dhoka? It is the government, Karnataka state government, Karnataka housing department, Karnataka revenue department are held responsible for this home dhoka that is happening to home buyers in Karnataka. The reason is, central government brought a wonderful act called Real Estate Regulatory Act, RERA, which can regulate the real estate sector all over India, has given excellent powers to the state government to regulate the real estate projects and to give justice to home buyers. But is really RERA doing their job? It is the 2017 when RERA came into existence in Karnataka. From last 5 years, what is their success? Rupees 6.8 crore rupees out of 245 is the recovery rate, which is less than 1% success ratio per annum. There are 6,300 plus cases have been registered in the RERA, and 350 plus got relief. And that too going and sitting in the Deputy Commissioner Office, Bangalore. And our DC made a public statement last week saying that they need 10 years. Remember, friends, they need 10 years for executing the orders, including RERA. This is the situation we are living in Karnataka. The builders are cheating the home buyers and not handing over the project for 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, even though the commitment is only for 3 to 4 years. And regulatory bodies are keeping quiet. Housing departments are not helping home buyers. Revenue department is not helping home buyers. Then whom we should reach out to? We have elected MLAs, corporators, MPs. What are they doing to give the justice to home buyers? This is a question getting asked repeatedly, daily, by the respective different projects across Karnataka. on this platform called Mane Dhoka to highlight the failures of the government. With this context, today we are going to have Mr. Vinod Kumar in Bangalore, who has invested their hard-earned money to own a house. And we are going to check, is that dream has become a reality? Is that aspirations of his family, his wife and his kids' aspirations have been met? Who is responsible for this? We are going to listen to them. Before we get into the details, I heartily welcome Vinod Kumar on this platform, and he will explain to us how home dhoka is happening to Vinod Kumar. Before we go into the details, Mr. Vinod Kumar, I wanted to, in the interest of the viewers of this channel, viewers of the social media, I wanted to play a small video which came across in the public domain in the news channel, and also walk through what this project is all about for a couple of minutes. Then we'll get into the discussion, Vinod Kumar. Thanks a lot for being part of this discussion. Satyan Veshane Manthana Karekrama on home dhoka, Mane Dhoka in Karnataka. Thank you, Vinod Kumar.
Thank you.
FIR ದಾಖಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಕೊಡಿಗೆಹಳ್ಳಿ ಠಾಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ FIR ದಾಖಲಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಹಣ ಪಡೆದು ಮನೆ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡದೆ ವಂಚನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ FIR ಅನ್ನ ದಾಖಲಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವರು. ಕೊಡಿಗೆಹಳ್ಳಿ ಠಾಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ FIR ದಾಖಲಾಗಿದೆ. ದೇವನಹಳ್ಳಿ ಬಳಿ ಓಝೋನ್ ಅರ್ಬನಿಯಾ ಟೌನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಓಝೋನ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಏನಿದೆ.
ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ನೋಡಿ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ದೇವನಹಳ್ಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಓಝೋನ್ ಅರ್ಬಾನಾ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯವನ್ನ ನಾವು ರಾಜ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಮನೆಯನ್ನ ಕೊಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಮುಂದಾಗಿದ್ರು. ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಮನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ಹಣವನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಮನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ, ವಂಚನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಕೊಡಿಗೆಹಳ್ಳಿ ಠಾಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ FIR ದಾಖಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಹಣ ಪಡೆದು ಮನೆ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡದೆ ವಂಚನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಆರೋಪದ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ FIR ಅನ್ನ ದಾಖಲಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇವನಹಳ್ಳಿ ಏನು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಏನು ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ದೃಶ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಇವರು ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಮನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು ಹಣವನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಮುಂಗಡವಾಗಿ ಇವರು ಕೋಟ್ಯಾಂತರ ರೂಪಾಯಿಯನ್ನ ಹಣವನ್ನ ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎನ್ನುವಂತ ಆರೋಪ ಈಗ ಇವ್ರ ಮೇಲಿದೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಟೌನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಕಾಮಗಾರಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿರುವ ಓಝೋನ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ನವರು ಇದೀಗ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಬಿಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವರು ಮನೆಯನ್ನ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಮನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಮುಂಗಡವಾಗಿ ಹಣವನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಜನರಿಂದ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ ನಂತರ ಆ ಮನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಜನರು, ಅದು ಒಂದೆರಡು ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಕೋಟ್ಯಾಂತರ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, 50 ಲಕ್ಷ 60 ಲಕ್ಷ 70 ಲಕ್ಷ 1 ಕೋಟಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇವರು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಇವರು ಹಣವನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ಆದರೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ವಂಚನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎನ್ನುವಂಥ ಆರೋಪ ಇವ್ರ ಮೇಲಿದೆ. ಓಝೋನ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಇವ್ರ ಮೇಲಿದೆ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಇವರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಕೊಡಿಗೆಹಳ್ಳಿ ಠಾಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಕರಣ ಬೇರೆ ದಾಖಲಾಗಿದೆ. FIR ನನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ದಾಖಲಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವರು. ದೃಶ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಇದೇ ಈ ಓಝೋನ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅವರ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಇವು. ಈ ಕಾಮಗಾರಿಯನ್ನ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಾಮಗಾರಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಧಂಬರ್ಧ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹಣನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮನೆನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಇವಾಗ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವರು. ಈ ಓಝೋನ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಇವರು ಹಣವನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟೇ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮನೆಯನ್ನ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಎನ್ನುವಂತ ಆರೋಪವನ್ನು ಈಗ ಎದುರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಓಝೋನ್ ಅರ್ಬನ್ ಟೌನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನರು ಸಹ ಮನೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಮುಂದಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಇವರು ಮುಂಚಿತವಾಗಿಯೇ ಹಣವನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು, ಕೋಟ್ಯಾಂತರ ರೂಪಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ಹಣವನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು. ಇವಾಗ ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಇವಾಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆ ಮನೆಯನ್ನೂ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಆ ದುಡ್ಡು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಣವನ್ನು ಸಹ ವಾಪಸ್ ನೀಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಏನು ಹಣವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಠಾಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ದೂರನ್ನು ದಾಖಲಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಆ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ನ ಮೇನ್ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ FIR ಬೇರೆ ದಾಖಲಾಗಿದೆ.
35% growth in 2021. What if you master the three most
ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಈಗ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ದೃಶ್ಯ, ಓಝೋನ್ ಅರ್ಬಾನಾ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟಿನ ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ತುಣುಕನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಇದೇ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟಿನ FIR ಆದಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ನಾನು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಇದು 23ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ 2021 ನಲ್ಲಿ ದ ನ್ಯೂ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್‌ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್. ಬಿಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಡಿಲೇಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ಹೋಮ್ ಬೈಯರ್ಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗಿಂಗ್. Hundreds of families desperate to live in their dream homes in Ozone Urbana at Devanhalli after having invested up to 1 crore each are seeking justice. ನ್ಯೂ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್‌ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದವರು ಈ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನ ಪತ್ರಿಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸುಮಾರು Tuesday, the home buyers have filed a complaint. 19 investors on Tuesday filed FIR at Kodigehalli police station ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾರ್ತ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರಿಗೆ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಈ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ there is a FIR being filed against the top management for criminal breach of trust and criminal conspiracy. 2015ರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತದ್ದು. ಈ ಟೌನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 5,000 ಮನೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಇದನ್ನ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ EMI ನ ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳು ಕಟ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಮನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. EMI ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಮನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ರೆಂಟ್ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ, ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಎರಡೂ ಕಡೆ, ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ರೆಂಟ್, ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ EMI, on both the sides home buyers got completely beaten up. And who is held responsible for this? Let us discuss with our Vinod Kumar, who is one of the home buyer on this particular project. Mr. Vinod Kumar, when did you get into this project? And please introduce yourself in the interest of everybody's knowledge. And please, give a brief details about when did you invested and how did you invest, and then what is your aspirations when you made an investment into this, and then whether that aspirations are met or not. Let us discuss, Vinod Kumar.
Thank you for calling me, Dhananjay. My name is Vinod Kumar. I'm a HR and recruitment consultant, and I'm an independent consultant. So I have almost like 21 years of experience in the industry. So when I invested in Ozone Urbana, it was in 2014. I was in Middle East at the time as an NRI, and I came down on holidays, and we were looking for the property at the time. So when we were searching, we saw this ad in the Facebook, and then a lot of mails and calls were coming at the time. So we just inquired, and we got a call, and then we visited the site. So as per the details given by them, kind of brochures they had presented, it was superb, kind of a dream project or dream place to be living in. It was to be an integrated township which has all the facilities as you find in a town. So in one place, and it was almost like 185 acres project, which has hospitals, schools, shopping mall, then office space, everything with clubhouses and all. Which as a family, of small family, you always look forward to with your parents. Old parents are there. You look forward for the hospital because there's always something or other happening with the old
Right.
parents, right? They have
Right.
all the ailments as well. Because I have my mother, which is she's old, 70 years old, and she has everything. Like if we require, we have to run to the hospital. So
Yeah.
that was the thing. We thought, okay, this is the best place to live in, and kids were small at the time. They were like one of us, not even in the school.
When did you book, Vinod Kumar? Once again,
I had booked in August 2014.
2014. Okay.
14.
When was the delivery commitment given to you?
It was in October 2016.
16. And
Yeah, 2 years.
6 years of delay and invested in 2014. If you calculate that, we are in 2022, almost
22.
8 years. 8 years of having, to have a house. This is really
Now,
shame. This is really shame.
Here I had invested for my savings. Within a year's time, 2014, I paid the first installment and booking amount, and by 2015 August, I had paid 95% of the amount. Taken personal loan. I didn't go for any kind of schemes with that. So I went back, and then I used to be calling them for payment. They used to call every time. Within before the term of the payment, 1 month before they start emails and everything, they used to give me a call in the overseas also. All right. So payment was done on time. Everything was done. 2016, I came back, saw the project. Just probably 6 months they completed. I said 2017, I'm returning back to India. Okay, for my kids' education, I'm coming back. So I said probably it will be over. They said yes, that will be completed by the time you come. I returned back in 2017 April. When I went and saw that, it was like shattered out. There was not even 60% completed. Everything was like in a mess out there. So they said another 3 months, 6 months. I said 3 months, 6 months, you cannot complete this project because what is required at least 9 months to 18 months because you cannot do that so fast.
Right.
So they said yes, we'll do that. And 2017 when 2018 came, like this, time went on. And every time we visited, I used to take pictures, videos, how the apartment is. They completed one thing after couple of years. In 2018 they put the floor out. Then 2019 nothing happened. 2020 they bit of whitewash they did, and no sir, they left it like that. And they completed the rest of other towers, which they left my tower G block, and they covered the H block also. So presently, we had calls with them. I used to call them up, what's happening. Then I had in 2019-20, it became too much for me to be hanging around and asking each and every time, because I was paying up, EMI to the bank also, which I've taken a personal loan directly from the bank. Okay, the 50% of the loan. So in 2019, I thought, once they give a commitment to be completed, I, went ahead and completed my loan also.
Okay.
I said, okay, anyway, it's coming up, so I don't have to pay EMI. Let me complete the loan. So I completed the loan, and again, it went on hanging, and we had no connections to, speak to any other home buyers there. So 2020, we started, I and there's another person started running around and collecting information. By the time there was another person, home buyer who was already in the other project, he came out with a lot of names and numbers, and, then we had a group. So in the group, we started a group, and we were, interacting, and we were interacting in personal basis also.
What is the response from the builder, what they're saying? After you guys filed the complaint?
They used to keep giving false information, false date every time. It comes like, okay, within 3 months, we'll do that. Give us 40 days, we'll start up. Give us another 40 days, we'll start up. Okay, that 40 days never came up, never 3 months happened. And it's almost like 2022. So in 2020, when we, I got literally fed up. So there was no choice. I went on, have a discussion, and I said this: if you cannot complete it or you cannot compensate me, what are the loss I'm facing through for such a long time? So I have no choice but to go to court of law.
Have you filed RERA cases?
I filed a RERA case into August 2020. That was also 15th August, for Independence Day. I had sat down on Independence and filed it case. And the case is like still hanging on.
What is the case number, sir? What is the case number?
6322 is the last four digit.
1 second. Let me check it. What our RERA says. What is the if we viewers, in the interest of time, we are referring to the RERA Karnataka gov.in under the section called complaint. We can list down as per the promoters wise, and let me search with the promoter Ozone Urbana. So this is the 187 complaints from home buyers. Oh my God, there is a huge list of Ozone Urbana, Ozone Group, Ozone Infra. 87 6 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Oh my God, up to more than 100 cases. So probably 87 under 87. Your case maybe. What is the number, sir?
6322.
6322. So Ozone Urbana Infra Developers Private Limited, and the case number is registered Mr. Vinod Kumar and Parul Chaudhary. We are speaking to Mr. Vinod Kumar on this platform. It is a registered RERA complaint on 15th August, as he said just a couple of seconds back. He registered the complaint on 15, and the status still says under inquiry. And you can see a wonderful, beautiful faces of our Honorable Mr. Chief Minister Shri Basuraj Bommai ji, and a wonderful photo of Shri Somanna ji, who is a Honorable Housing Minister. A beautiful photos that they have put across. But is the work, what they're doing is also such a beautiful to give justice? This is almost more than 1.5 years, close to 2 years now. And there is no justice to home buyers. It just says under inquiry. And this particular department, regulatory authority, which is a part of a government of India, government of Karnataka, to implement the government of India RERA Act. This is really, really, really shame on the department who is held responsible. Mr. Somanna ji, this is a complete failure of your system. This is a complete failure of housing department to give justice. As per RERA Act, 120 days is the maximum that you can take for passing the order against the builder. And it is almost more than 18 months. And still it says under inquiry. What inquiry you guys are doing in? There is a receipts. There is an agreement between parties. There is a guideline which says 120 days you need to pass the orders. None of the RERA acts, none of the RERA guidelines, the RERA Karnataka is following. And this is one of the biggest failure in the system, Mr. Somanna, the Honorable Housing Minister. This is one of the biggest failure, Mr. Shri Basuraj Bommai, Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka. This is a complete failure of the system called Housing Department, complete failure of RERA in Karnataka, which is not giving justice. A justice delayed is justice denied. Because of the reason home buyers doesn't want to get into courts and run the cases for years, RERA has been brought the complaint mechanism, complaint redressal system, where home buyers can file a complaint and get resolution within 120 days. But is it happening in reality? It is not at all happening. There are 6,000 plus cases which has been registered in a RERA. If you look at it, 6,351 is the number of cases. This is a complete failure of the system, Mr. Chief Minister. Please work on it. Home buyers are the middle class families. They are suffering every day, and this sufferings will give a bad mouthing. This sufferings will give shapas to the people who are held responsible for this. Please understand, middle class are the honest people, and honest people's shapas will touch the culprits. Please work on it to give justice. Yes, Vinod.
So once the case was filed in RERA, they had to, respondent had to file objection for the complaint. The date was given from 30th November. The mail was sent to them, and December 28 or something was the date given for them to file a objection to it. And so, till date,
objection is supposed to be filed by the builder side.
Builder side. So
right.
Till date, they are not able to file the objection itself.
So there is no objection filed by the builder.
It has not been filed. And in that, there were a couple of dates came for a hearing. I was quite vocal with the AO also. I said, and the advocate of the respondent came without a wakalatnama, without any kind of documentation, without even knowing what the complaint is all about. And, AO was like so much bent upon, being a soft cornered, and to the builder side, he gave a date to them. It's okay, you come back later, you file it. Then again, a second date came in, the same response. And in the third one, I was present, respondent was not. I was marked absent in the case file that for that date I was absent, and the respondent was present in that. So I had objection for that also with them. In last month, December, we got a message that the authority would be hearing the case. The authority called up, in December, and we all went on a face-to-face hearing. But it all turned out to be like, they had part of the builder also. The CEO of the Ozone came there. Plus, we had all the other complainant who had filed, who came all the way from all the different places of Bangalore. So they said they're going to visit the site, check out, and spot inspection and all. But it is like, if I would definitely share the video also what has happened there, when they came to the project. So one of the authority came, saying in a very rude and very, it could sound like, being bent towards the builder side. That if you want a compensation, we cannot do anything. Should we demolish the structure? Okay, they didn't have the guts. They didn't have, they cannot be able to invoke certain provision of RERA Act itself, where they can punish or they can imprison or take a stricter action against the builder, where they can cancel the registration also for them.
No, exactly. A builder who continuously, cheating the home buyers, there are 100+ cases being filed, and RERA is taking no action against the builders. There is a suo moto that has been given. They can arrest the builder. They can send them to jail. A lot of powers have been given in the RERA Act, and it is very unfortunate to see RERA taking action is one of the important aspects, but they're not even passing the orders. They're not even passing the orders when there is no objection. They're not even passing the orders. And AO is just sitting on top of the complaints. For what reason? Is there any corruption that is involved? The home buyers will ask this question to authorities. The home buyers will ask this question: is the AO is corrupt? Is the RERA authorities are corrupt? Why RERA is not taking action against the builder? Is the system is so corrupt in Karnataka, Mr. Chief Minister? Is the system is so corrupt in your department, Mr. Somanna, in housing department? We raise this question. There is a huge corruption may be happening between a nexus of builders, a nexus of people representatives, a nexus of bureaucrats. We may not have the proof, but if they're not able to do the job as per the defined acts guidelines, then what else we can think of? Home buyers, what else can think of other than the corruption in the system? A dereliction of the job itself is a corruption. Not doing the job is a corruption to the job. Being a government servant who is living the life based on the tax that we paid, if they're not doing the job, they're all corrupt. They're all corrupt. They're all cheats. I would call this on this platform: whoever is support a cheat builder, he is also should be called as a cheat. Anybody who supports a cheat should be called as a cheat. Anybody who supports corruption should be called as a corrupt officer. I want to call this on this platform, request the Anti-Corruption Bureau, ACB, to investigate what is happening in RERA, why RERA authorities are not taking any strict action against the builders when there are 100 cases have been filed. Please cancel the license of the builder so that other builders, other home buyers can be relieved of the cheating. Why they're not sending them to jail? Why they're not taking any strict action against the builders? This is a complete systematic failure, and we suspect, I want to quote home buyers Karnataka Home Buyers Forum suspect corruption. Karnataka Home Buyers suspect cheating happening in RERA. Karnataka Home Buyers suspect corruption in Housing Department. Request Anti-Corruption Bureau to investigate. This is a public live social media. We are telling there is a corruption. Please investigate. We may not have the proof. If you put a cameras inside RERA offices, if you investigate, if you open up the service records of all these people who are involved in it, please investigate. There's a lot of investigation agencies available. Please investigate these corrupt officers. If they are cheating the home buyers, the entire system in Housing Department RERA looks to be corrupt. Request the Anti-Corruption Bureau or Lokayukta or respectable High Court of this Karnataka. We are making a daily videos. We are making the pains of home buyers, how home buyers are getting cheated because of the failure of the Housing Department and RERA. We request the Honorable High Court of Karnataka to register a PIL against this RERA and Housing Department on a self-interest, on the society's interest. There, I have seen a lot of cases where respectable high courts register a complaint when there is a systematic failure. And we are telling this is a systematic failure to cheat home buyers. There is a corruption happening in RERA. There is a corrupt officers in RERA. Please investigate and give justice to home buyers. So any last note, Mr. Vinod Kumar, before we conclude?
All right. Hey, I just want to, highlight another important aspect out here. Into August, August, September, July, August, somewhere, we went to file an FIR, with group of 18, we went to file an FIR in the also police station. Before that, we had sent an email to commissioner office. Okay, with we taken acknowledgement everything for the complaint. Though it was forwarded to also police station, and they had called us for a meeting. So when we went, they said, okay, we'll do that. They called up the builder. They had a discussion, those kind of a drama which happens. That all happened. We waited for 3 hours, 4 hours. We went almost like 3 or 4 days a week. We went almost 8 to 10 times to the police station. And we sat there for hours together. And one fine day, the SHO says that, the file, case cannot, FIR cannot be filed here. Okay, without even giving a written reply why this case cannot be filed. And after that, in December 21, we were able to file the same case in Kodigahalli police station. So why, the question which really comes to my mind is why also police station, failed to file an FIR when there were 18 people, home buyers, which is a group which has gone to file that. So this is actually
a systematical failure in police department as well. If any people who come to police station with a cheating background, they should register under IPC, relevant IPC section with a criminal conspiracy. And without that, 7-8 years of delay, without a motive of cheating home buyers, this cannot happen.
Right. I just want to put another thing is like, as you asked in the starting, what's the aspiration, what happened to the dreams of, the family and case, I think that's shattered to the core. And, at this point of time, even, the family says we are after least bothered about, moving into that project. We have lost it now what we had, when we had purchased that, we had made the payment, first payment. So now even the kids have grown up where, one of my kids, his elder kid is almost like 18 years, she was something around 11 years, so you can think, 10, 11 years and 8 years passed on, the whole time has passed on to the kids now. What are they going to enjoy there? What we had planned across is absolutely gone down the drain. So even, we have filed now for a total refund of the amount, and we want to just come out of this project altogether. That's the final note, what we have gone through it.
No, I think very well, articulated, Vinod. Everybody, especially middle-aged people, will have an aspiration so that, their kids will grow in a better environment, to give a better atmosphere for their kids. Ultimately, why we earn, why we do a lot of work in offices is to ensure that what we earn, we enjoy, and then, give back to society, and then ensure that, our kids will grow in a better environment. And when we are doing honestly our job, but unfortunately, because of the systematical failures, because of the corruption in the system, if we are not getting the justice, this is really a shame on the system who is running this government. This is really shame on the people who are doing corrupt. This is really shame on the people who are involved in this kind of amalgamation of with the builders, and as well as not able to give justice. If they're unable to give the justice, why are they still there? Why RERA chairman still sitting in the chairmanship if he's unable to give justice? If secretary is unable to give justice, why he is continued to be drawing the salary from the taxpayers' money? Why deputy commissioner, he made a statement saying that he requires another 10 years. Please deploy another more people and execute the orders. Why can't they do it? Making a public statement saying that I need another 10 years to execute the orders, including RERA, is a very, very pathetic statement given by the Deputy Commissioner of Bangalore. And we duly, with respect, please increase the strength. Please increase the strength and execute as per the powers that has been given under the constitutional rights. If you are unable to execute the powers given by the constitutional rights, what the justice you are delivering to general public and especially the taxpayers of this country? We are the taxpayers of this country. We are belong to the 4% category where we pay 30% of our tax to the government. And the 4% of this category is getting zero from the government, and what return is getting only the corruption and the cheating from the government offices. With this note, I wanted to conclude this today's session with a very strong message. We suspect Karnataka homebuyers suspect corruption in RERA. Karnataka homebuyers suspect corruption in housing department. Karnataka homebuyers suspect and request investigation against the corrupt people in the system, especially in RERA and housing department. With that note, I want to conclude this session. Thanks a lot, Mr. Vinod Kumar, for joining on this.
Thank you, Dhananjaya, for calling from Home Doka.
Our government bodies will wake up and do some work and do their job honestly to deliver services and deliver justice to common citizen of this country. Thanks a lot, and have a wonderful day. Let's hope we'll get some justice. Thank you.